All right, we have reached page 12 and 13. Now things start looking a little complicated, if you notice, because we have the dotted quarter notes and the dotted half notes. But on the top of this page, if you read carefully, and if you pay attention in class, you will probably remember, a dot next to a note means that it adds half of its value. Just like the book says. It says a dot increases the length of a note by 1/2. So what does that mean? If a half note lasts 2 beats and I add a dot next to it, I'm adding half of its value. What is half of 2? Half of 2 is 1. So the dot represents only one extra count. So the half note lasts 2 plus half of 2, 1, equals 3 in total. You may ask, Mr. C, what happens when we add a dot next to a quarter note? It's the same. Remember I told you when you learned about the eighth notes that you can fit 2 eighth notes in a quarter note? So a dot simply represents an eighth note because it's half of 1. So in this case, a dot or quarter note will only last 1 beat and a half. The exercise on the bottom is called Cockles and Mussels. It has a 3/4 time signature. And you have to be careful when you count it because you have a lot of dotted quarter notes. Okay? So notice it has a pickup measure as well. So when I count in, I'm going to start on beat number 3. And also notice that at the end of this exercise, we have a short measure that only has 2 beats because that completes the very first pickup measure. So the bottom of page 12 and 13 has an exercise called Cockles and Mussels. And you have to notice that you have a lot of dotted quarter notes. And you also have a pickup measure that only lasts 1 beat. But that measure is complete by the 2-beat measure that you have at the very end. 2 plus 1, 3. So when I count in, you're going to hear me start on beat number 3. 1, 2, 3.